Morning.
Good morning.
So last night we stayed at Renvyle campsite. It's a nice little campsite right on the beach, lovely little private beach. At first when we got here, I don't think the lady wanted us to stay. She's trying to make out that the site was full, and then she didn't like dogs. But anyway, she let us on. €30 per night, so it's one of the €32 per night, plus €1.5 if you want a shower, making it the most expensive site up to now that we've been on in Ireland. I'm not sure why she didn't want us on. She was trying to say that there weren't enough pitches, but as you can see, the site is only probably half full at the most. Anyway, that's it. So this morning we're leaving County Galway and we're heading towards County Mayo, and hopefully we're going to visit Achill Island. Fjord. This is the only true fjord in Ireland, and it stretches 16 kilometres inland up to the Achill waterfalls where we visited earlier. It's about 45 metres deep, and it forms a natural border between the counties of Galway and Mayo.
We're now heading along the Doo Lough Pass, which is in a spectacular setting near Doo Lough, which in Irish means Black Lake. The lake lies between Muilra Mountain and the Sheffrey Hills. So we've now arrived at the Doolough Valley Memorial. On the 31st of March 1849, during the Great Famine, this valley had witnessed one of the darkest moments of the Great Famine. On a bitterly cold day in 1849, up to 600 starving people gathered in Louisburg, seeking food or a ticket to the Westport Workhouse. They were told to apply to the poor law officials who were meeting the next day at Delphi, over 10 miles away. Some died overnight, the rest struggled across the mountains, following sheep tracks and wading streams. When they arrived at Delphi, the poor law officials rose from lunch, refused to help and told them to return. No one knows how many died by the wayside of cold, hunger and exhaustion. Some were buried where they fell.
So we're heading towards Achill Island today. We've arrived at Spanish Armada viewpoint. Unfortunately, after all this nice weather, we can't see very much because it's a bit murky, drizzly today. It's a bit misty as well. As the defeated Spanish Armada sailed around Ireland on its way home in 1588, it encountered gales and stormy seas. 5 ships were wrecked off the Mayo coast. 2 ships sank at the mouth of Clew Bay. The galleon El Gran Grin had anchored off Clare Island to take on supplies. The O'Malley clan, who had trading links with Spain, proved friendly. A great gale blew up and the anchor chain may have broken. Little is known of the other vessel's fate. An eyewitness reported, "The ship is cast upon the shore and past recovery. Most of the men are lost. The wrecks remain undiscovered." So this is where we are tonight, Keel Camp Site, Keel Camping. It's not really our thing, to be honest. It's really busy, but it is a Saturday night, so I suppose a lot of weekend people are here. So this is the beach at Keel. Beautiful beach. It's just across the road from the campsite. It's only a few yards to walk across. So last night we stayed at Keel Camp Site. It's quite busy because it's a weekend, but it's pleasant enough. €25 per night plus €1 to buy a token for the shower.
Which lasts 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yes. And what I didn't realise is that dogs are not allowed on the beach here between 12 noon and 6:30 PM. So I did take the dog on the beach, but I did wonder why I was getting some funny looks. Anyway, there you go. So we're setting off from Keel Beach campsite. We're going to go over to Keem Beach first, further along Achill Island, and then we're going to head to Downpatrick Head. So we've arrived at Keem Beach, and there's a sign here and it says no camper vans beyond this point. So we've had to park up here. There's a car park there, and then we can walk down to the beach. It's a fantastic drive up to here. It's quite steep and narrow in places, but the views are beautiful. So that was Keem Beach, which, like its neighbour Keel Beach, is not dog friendly between 12 noon and 6:30 p.m. So if you have a dog and you're coming in summer, then you need to bear that in mind. And if you've got a motorhome, you've got to park up here on the top car park and walk down. You're not allowed to take your motorhome down to the beach.
In saying that, the walk is worth it. It's an absolutely beautiful beach. I think for anybody who can't walk that great, it might be a bit of a trek, but otherwise it's definitely worth it. It's really lovely beach.
Nicest beach we've come across in Ireland up to now.
It is, it's really nice. So yeah, I would definitely make the, what's the word?
Effort.
The effort to have a walk down. It's, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised. It's a beautiful beach. Here we are, the big climb up.
So we just stopped off at Balcroy Visitor Centre, had a little bit of dinner in the cafe there, very nice. And now we're setting off again, heading towards Downpatrick Head. So we decided to take a detour onto some of the minor roads, and then we ended up getting lost and we've ended up here, which is, it's not a bad place to get lost really. Apparently it's called Benwee Head. Beautiful location on the cliffs and there's hardly a single person around. We've arrived at Downpatrick Head. The main car park is just over there in the distance. It's quite full at the moment, there's a lot of people here. So we're in a little car parking space just a little bit further down the road. I'm just going to hang on a bit till it gets a bit later and a lot of the day trippers will have gone home, because we're hoping to camp overnight tonight at Downpatrick Head car park.
So we've parked up now on Downpatrick Head car park. There is a walk to the top of the cliffs. On the sign here it does say no dogs allowed. There's a few people that's actually walked up with the dogs and had to turn back. So myself and Dave were going to do the walk separately because we don't really want to leave Tess in the van by herself. As you walk up and the cliffs and sea come into view, there's no other way to describe it really as wow. It's an absolutely amazing sight. But if, like me, you have a fear of heights, when you look over the side, you'll definitely get a tickle in your belly.
The name Downpatrick comes from a time when St. Patrick founded a church here. The remains of the church, a stone cross and a holy well still remain today. Looking out to sea, we see this sea stack, and it's called Dún Brista, or translated Broken Fort. Legend has it that when St. Patrick was unable to convert a local chieftain to Christianity, he lost his temper, stamped his crozier on the ground, and part of the cliff collapsed with the chieftain on top of it. The cliffs here were formed around 350 million years ago, and at one time the sea stack was connected to the cliffs by an archway, and it is widely accepted that this archway collapsed in very rough sea conditions in 1393. There are several blowholes in the cliffs here, and this is the largest one. The name, which I can't pronounce, but it translates to All of the Old Fire. During stormy weather and rough seas, the hole has been seen to expel foam and vapour, giving the appearance from a distance of smoke rising from a fire. This was once a popular pilgrim destination, and even today, on the last Sunday of July, people gather here to hear Mass in this sacred location.
We're having a lovely evening at Downpatrick Head. It's an absolute beautiful place to park up. Nothing more relaxing than sitting watching the waves crashing against the rocks. We hope you've enjoyed our video. If you have, please like and subscribe. Join us again next time for more adventures in Ireland.